What's up, everyone? AzureNova here, and today we'll be doing my fall 2018 anime picks. Now, before we begin or get into it, I am using the internet right now, so I apologize for any like pop-ups or things if they, if they actually pop up. They shouldn't though, but you know, that's all. Just wanted to throw that out there. Now let's get right into it. So I'm sure, for those who watch anime and everything, I'm sure everybody has their sites they like to use to see what's coming out, whether it's this season or next season or, or whatever. I like to use LiveChart, livechart.me, as you can see over here. Um, this is basically what it looks like. You have the animes and their descriptions and everything, just, for the season. Up here, they have it separated into movies, OVAs, all, and I guess pictures. I'm not sure. It looks like a picture. Oh yeah, that's right. See, if you click on that, you can just, I guess, take a picture so you can like take it and post it somewhere else. But up top, this is where you can select the season and what year and everything. Just a quick rundown. But yeah, this is the site that I like to use. Like it's really good. Oh, another thing, see, it tells you how much time till the next episode of each series. So, but again, these are just my picks. And so basically what I did, you see how this one's like highlighted green? You can add it to a list over here. So that's what we're going to do. See my name there. You can sign in and everything. Just click this up top. It's like the bookmarks thing. And so all the ones in the green are the ones that I'm watching this season. Now, it's like I said, these are just my picks for the season. That doesn't mean I'm saying that the other ones are bad or anything. It's just that these are the ones that I was interested in this season. So just gonna go over this, real quick because again, the descriptions are here. You can always go to the site yourself and look at the descriptions and everything. But I'm just gonna go through mine real quick. So this one, title. Sorry if I butcher some of these, but Otana no Bogya-san. This one, as you can see, comedy, etchy, fantasy life, slice of life, up there. This one, it gives me that let's see how to put it, that Bikini Warriors vibe, which pretty much makes fun of the armors that are in like, video games and video game world settings and things like that. Like the higher level armor is like skimpier and everything. Like the main character runs an armor shop and she's his model for them and everything. So there's that one. Slime. I call this one Slime for short. This is a really good one. Like this is an excellent one this season. Main character, you know, gets killed and gets reincarnated as a slime in another world. And events and things happen from there. That one. Next up is Conception. Now, Conception is actually based on the video game, which came out for actually the first Conception we never got in America. It was only in Japan, if I remember correctly. But we did get part two. So I have part two. I played part two and everything. This one is based off the first game though. So when I first saw it, I'm like, I didn't know any of the characters, but I knew what the series was about and everything. Again, descriptions right there, and here are the categories that it's in. But yeah, it's like that's an interesting one this season. um, Next up, you have your Emoto or brother sister anime of the season. Pretty much they're light novel artists. Yeah, they're light novel authors and everything. And the events happen from there. Pretty much, she's the author, but she asks her brother to be the face of her name and everything, so people don't find out who she actually is and whatnot and everything. And so there's that one. Next up, another one of my favorites this season, Bunny Girl Senpai. That's what I shorten it to. This one is a really good one. They're actually, as of right now, I need to watch the most recent episode, but I'm really enjoying this one. Comedy, romance, school, supernatural. It starts out with her and everything going through what she's going through, and then it seems to move on to different characters. So I'm pretty sure, it's like little arcs and everything, and it's cool. Like I said, there's a supernatural aspect to it too, but the character interactions and the characters themselves are really good. It's like don't let the picture mislead you and everything. There's a reason why she's wearing that outfit actually. I won't ruin anything, but it's really, really good. That's one of my favorites this season. Next up is Zombieland Saga. I had no idea what I was getting into when I watched Zombieland Saga, but when I read the synopsis, it was just like, what? And yeah, again, it was interesting to me, so I'm like, okay, let me give it a watch. I watched it, in the very first episode, it was just like, what the heck just happened? But as it kept going, it was just got better and better. I'm sure you've seen, all over YouTube and everything, the memes and things now. But Zombieland Saga is a definite watch this season. It's great. It's not what I expected, but I'm happy it exists. It's like I didn't know I needed it. Next up is Tonari. This one, how to put it? It's not anything big or anything this season. It's just honestly, it's a cute light watch. Not gonna lie. She's a vampire, pretty much. This one right here. It's like these two are the main characters. But yeah, she's a vampire, and she discovers she's a vampire, and then they become friends and whatnot and everything. It's just funny seeing how she how she's adapted to modern life and everything nowadays because she's lived hundreds of years. So it's funny, like you see she has a laptop. And like she doesn't actually like drink blood from humans. She orders blood packs offline. So like I said, it's pretty funny. Next up, Index. Finally, was waiting years for season 3, and we finally got it. Um, what to say about this one? Yeah, action, magic, sci-fi, superpower. If you've seen the other seasons before, then you already know what it's about, of course. But this is a really good one, and I've always liked the pacing of Index. I like the Index series and the Railgun. It's like they get right into it, things start up, the characters are great, the fight scenes are good. Yeah, I'm happy we got it. Next up, Muscle Maid is what I call it for sure. Muscle Maid. Because she is just something else. Another light watch this season, but it's cute, it's nice. Um, how to put it? It's like, yeah, the interactions between these two are just too much. I don't know. Well, you can't tell from here, but she's a lolicon. She really is. It's like how to put it? Her mother, her mother passed away, and pretty much her father hired her as a maid for the household because they needed someone, because he's always busy at work and everything and this and that. But yeah, her dream was pretty much. She says her dream in the show. And it's hilarious. She said I think her exact words were, she wants a job where she can have little girls try on the clothes that she made. I'm just like, wow. And that's she actually tells the unemployment guy. I guess she's unemployed. She was in the army, and I guess she was discharged or she left or anything, and she was jobless, and she saw the ad. Like I said, it's cute, it's funny. Again, another light watch of the season, but it's good. And it's just hilarious too. Again, you can look on YouTube for memes and things. It's like funny. Next up is Senran Kagura. The second season of Senran Kagura actually. We yeah, actually yeah, it was years before we got this one too. Um as you know, Senran Kagura series started with the games and everything. Then we got the first season of anime. This is the second season of the anime. They go into like the Peach Beach Splash stuff and everything, and the demons and stuff that you can see roaming around the city that they defeat. But this one took an interesting twist. Like I wasn't expecting. how to put it. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting it to do what it's been doing or anything. Again, don't want to ruin or spoil too much. But also another thing is for those who like the series or like haven't started watching or want to get it, this season, not the first season, but this season is uncensored. So when they transform, yes, you do see breasts and everything and that, and all that. So just to let you guys know, whoever, was going to watch it. Yeah, Senran Kagura, Ninja Girls. That's what I can say about that. Next up is Juliet. That's what I call it for short, but I forgot what it's like boarding school Juliet's the English name for this one. Another really good one this season. It's funny. It's a modern Romeo Juliet, love story and everything. Uh, as you can see by the different outfits, actually, it's like it's pretty much the two sides are the white cats and the black dogs. Um, like she's the main heroine right here, the blonde girl. They don't show the main guy, but anyway, pretty much he's a black dog, she's a white cat. It's like they pretty much get together and everything, but dealing with keeping their relationship a secret between the two groups and everything. So, hilarity ensues and all that and stuff. Next up is Sword Art. Now, Sword Art. I'm really happy that it picked up because I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was bored out of my mind. It's like the first two episodes. I was what the no, I didn't mean to do that. Wow. First episode, I was bored. Second episode, I was bored until the end when something actually happened. Again, I won't say anything, but it's really good. It's turning out to be really good and everything. I guess it just had to pick up. But again, sword art is sword art. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows what sword art is or what it's like by now. But so yeah, I'm watching this one this season. Give it a watch. It's it's not boring anymore, is what I'll say. It's like because like I said, the first two episodes I was kind of just like, I don't know if I'm watching this series or anything. It's like for my nothing was really happening, you know, too much. It's funny because I have a running joke with my other friends who plays the games as well, call it sword talk online because that's what seems to happen forever. I'm like, I forgot how much dialogue is in sword art games and series and everything. It's just it for some reason so it just seems like there's a lot in the sword art series. And sometimes I get a little bored. I'm like, guys, please do something. But again, it's like I like it. I'm watching it. It's like give it that that's what I say. Give it a 3 episode watch. I know what you're saying. It's like if I don't like it the first episode, what makes you think? Just give it a 3 episodes watch to see if you want to. But again, I'm enjoying it now. The stuff picked up. Uh, wow, I just realized these are like out of. Oh, again, the sorting. I have it sorted, I guess, by countdown. Like that's the automatic setting. But again, you can have it set to popularity, title, premiere date, all that and everything. Because I was wondering, I'm like, why is it not in alphabetical order? That's perfectly fine. Anyway, next up, Goblin Slayer. Now, yes, of course, all the controversy and everything behind Goblin Slayer, I thought was hilarious. I'm just like, guys, it's like things like this have been happening in media for years. It's like, why is everyone making a big deal out of this now? Also, the manga is much worse. So for those, who are faint of heart, don't do it. Don't read the manga at least. It's like the anime is it's honestly tame. uh, you know, compared to the manga. My mistake. Compared to the manga, I mean, Berserk is another series. If you read the manga, then Gantz is another series, which is just all around. Gantz is just messed up. But yeah, but again, compared to those series, Goblin Slayer isn't that controversial or bad or anything. Now I know people are complaining about like Goblin Slayers, like the CG look and everything. Actually, that's part of the reason why the second season of Berserk was just blah. It's just like how to put it. It wasn't. I mean, no, how to put it. The animation was just ugh in Berserk. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what was with that choice, but anyway, like just him, like just Goblin Slayer is kind of is he all CG? But yeah, he's like CG-ish to the other world. I mean, he blends in, but people were complaining about that. That's a nitpick, in my opinion. That's a nitpick. I'm just like, it's not that bad, guys. Berserk, I still agree, was just bad. Anyway, the second season, I mean, but yeah, he goes around killing goblins. Like that's pretty much it. His interactions with other people and everything. These are the main characters. Like I guess you could say that that's his party. It's like 1, 2, and 3. They don't show up until like what episode 3, but it's like yeah, it's like they're here from the beginning and everything. Of course, Goblin Slayer and what is her name? No, seriously, I don't think she has a name, or maybe she doesn't. I just don't remember it right now. But she's again young priestess, eh? Young priestess. That's her. It's like main characters right here. They join later. And again, the series isn't bad, as you may have heard or this or that or anything. Just goes around killing goblins. It's like, and it's quite entertaining. Next up is Release the Spice. This is another one where I did not know what I was getting into, but I was reading comments and everything. People were like, "Oh, this is a fun series and everything, and this and that." Honestly, it's a more how to put it, it's a lighter Senran Kagura in a way. It's funny that they're right here next to each other too, but it really is. It's like yeah. And the funny thing is, I don't know whether this is like whether it's just like, "Oh, that's awesome," or sad, but right away the character design and everything, I looked at the characters and I'm just like, this is the illustrator who did the characters for the Yuri Yuri series. Yuri Yuri. There we go. Yeah. And I looked it up, and sure enough, it was. And like I said, I don't know whether it's sad or great that I just knew that right off the bat, but I'm just like, wow, it really is. But again, it's another fun series and everything. The fight scenes and stuff and everything, as you can see, they're like pretty much they're like the secret police in their city and everything. And they go around taking down crime syndicates and organizations and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a fun watch. Next up, Joan of Arc. Uh, this one again, it's funny. This one was another one where I was bored. I was bored the first 2 episodes. I'm just like, what am I watching? It's like I don't know. When series do that and everything, it looks like there's no hope. And then the third episode came, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, this isn't, I'm like, this isn't so bad. So pretty much has to do with, like you can see in the description right here, has to do with war and everything. Actually, the series starts off with them being young. So they're little kids. Well, no, I won't say little kids. They're like they're like 15 when the series starts. And they're yeah, as you can see, they're in high school, a high school for knights. Stuff happens. One moves away. One goes to war and gets kidnapped. So yeah, and then years later, they grow up and things. That's where the story really starts off and whatnot and everything. But again, first 2 episodes were then the third episode, I'm like, okay. I'm like, this isn't so bad. Again, another one that I do like. So as you can see, it made it on my list this season. Give that a watch. It actually, what's funny? Up here in the categories, it doesn't tell. I will tell you guys. I would say it's only says action fantasy. I would say action fantasy. I'd add. See, I how to put it. I want to say harem, but light harem, not like not like, oh yeah, it's a harem and like the tropes, like no, no, but there is a a slight, because as you can see he's the main dude, and he's yeah. And I will throw in etchy a little bit because of her. You'll see why. They're not like heavy etchy scenes. Well, eh, but sort of in a way. But yeah, not terrible or anything. I don't know if I could like add a new category that says light etchy or whatever, or light harem. But that's what I would add to these. Next up is Ankanetsu Shoujo, or actually last on the list is Ankanetsu Shoujo, which should be first if I had it actually, organized correctly. But this one here was interesting. It has to do with different dimensions, as you can see, action, school, sci-fi, different dimensions, um, doppelgangers, I'll say, I guess. They're like in the different worlds that they hop through. There's their other selves. There's different versions or their other world selves. So it's like, but yeah, this is another one I didn't know what I was getting into when I watched it. Like I just was like, huh. And so yeah, I watched it, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is actually pretty. It's honestly it's a fun watch. It really is. Even though it doesn't say comedy or anything like that, it's a fun watch. It's like just watching them deal with the different situations that they go through in each world and whatnot and everything. Um, and the opening, I really like the opening song for this series too. But again, it's like you can give it a watch, see if you like it and everything. It's like I did. So again, it made it on the list. That and with that, we have come to the end of my list for the season. I think that's 16 series I'm actually watching this season. One, two, three, four. Yeah, four. One, two, three, four. Yeah, four times four. 16. So 16 series I'm watching this season. Like I said, these are the ones I'm interested in. If there's any others, like you're like, hey, why didn't like this make it on your list, or why didn't that make it on your list? It's like, feel free to comment and everything and whatnot. It's like all comments are welcome. It's like if you like a series, if you don't like a series, that's perfectly fine. Again, it's like I'm not offended or anything. It's like these are just the ones that I'm interested in. Not saying that the other series are bad this season or anything, just that these are the ones that caught my eye. Um, do I have any honorable mentions? Okay, actually, I do. My honorable mention of the season is Gridman. It didn't make it on the list because I watched the first 3 episodes. I did. And I just couldn't get into it. I really couldn't. It's like, the giant monster versus mecha fighter, giant kaiju battles and everything. Which is funny because, like, I don't mind watching, like, Godzilla and things like, but I don't know. It's like, Gurren Lagann is freaking great. It's a classic and things like that, giant. But I couldn't get into Gridman for some reason. It's not really the characters or anything. It's just I don't know. There's the same reason why people love Gridman. Because I've seen a video titled on YouTube that says there's something about Gridman, and I get they liked it. There's something about it that I don't like about it. Now it's funny too because it's made by Trigger. I love Trigger. Trigger Studio. Kill la Kill, Supernatural Battles Become Commonplace. Little Witch Academia, Space Patrol Luluco. I have loved all their series so far. But this one, I just really can't get into. I don't know why. Maybe I'll try watching another episode. But for some reason, I'm just like, When I watch it, I'm just like, I'm bored. Again, I might try to watch it and episode 4 and see what's what. But that's my honorable mention is Gridman. Because, some people might be like, oh, why don't you like Gridman? It's like, I don't know, honestly. I don't know why I don't like it. I just kind of don't. But not saying it's bad. That it just didn't keep my interest or anything. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. These are my picks. Again, live chart. This is how I'll be doing my picks from now on. I'll be using, well, hopefully, it still exists far into the future, but live chart. Or if it doesn't, another site like it, that I actually like and everything. And that's my dog. But I'm gonna end this video here. Uh, gonna end this video here and everything. I hope you guys enjoyed my picks. Until next time, AzureNova out.